There we go. Now my mic should be popping. All right, good morning, everybody. Jack Gleason with StartUpTrading.com. It is January 16th here, 9:08 in the morning. And the title of the video, where is it? Can we trade into the same anchor new high? So I was actually trying to get short, and I do have a limit up at this 21,494, which is a halfway back short from the overnight session. I know Perry was talking about that 80% rule coming into play, but there's also just a possibility of us getting down into the extension, maybe even the 50% retracement. I don't take that off the board here today by any means, but yesterday in the morning trade plan, one of the things we had anticipated was the extension from the 4 o'clock high. Now that extension, I'll have to go to a smaller time frame here and blow up the NASDAQ across my screen. But that extension from that high was beautiful. 38 touch, 10 minutes into the day, and then a completion shortly thereafter. Called it a day from that point on. We have rotated all the way up into the negative 61 of that original draw here in the overnight session. That's where we went. But anyway, we did come all the way back down into, and this was another beautiful trade for anybody that stuck around. Same anchor, new high, and that is also completed here in the overnight session. So one of the things I think is a possibility here today is just once again drawing that same anchor to the new high, which gives us a 50% retracement at 21,280, and that would be, the stopping point if we, or I forget where the bottom of the value area is. I'll have to go back and watch Perry's video or look at the levels he's posting. But that would be, a potential setup that just gives us a whole new upside target. So other than that, I am going to go into this morning. I am actually going to just put in, I'm not really looking for any longs above the old negative 61 here, which is 21,536. I'm going to be very careful. Any movement above that here this morning, I'm just not going to be bidding until after lunch, because I don't really see this setup right now for it. The only thing I would argue has broken, and that's the overnight low to high. We initially traded it, and then we broke it, and that's why I'm looking for the short. There was a halfway back long, traded, rallied, broke. So that next setup, we'll see if it happens off the opener. We just sell off. Would be it. So realistically, I'm looking for a move down to either the 38 we'll watch. That's just through the overnight low there too. That's 21,351s. And then the 50% retracement below that is going to be the setup I'm looking for here today. So that's what I got for the NASDAQ. And then the S&P is basically the same thing here, but different. You have the possibility of Tuesday's high to high actually coming into play here, because we saw this trade as soon as we got through the afternoon or the morning highs. This had a reaction and completed targets. So that same anchor new high is something you're going to want to pay attention to. There's also the 4 o'clock anchor as well, but if you guys remember yesterday, let me go to a 5-minute chart. The ES wasn't coming into that 4 o'clock anchor in the morning like the NASDAQ was. The NASDAQ was pulling back deeper off the open. We never got that 4 o'clock anchor. Instead, we held that prior day anchor, traded to a new high, came back, got the full test, ran to targets. So that's going to be the level you're looking for here, is right now really just this setup. And if we break this, we'll have to reassess potentially larger pullbacks. But at this point in time, longs are in control. We're inside of extensions. And the two most important levels I'm looking for here are 59.79 half and 59.68. If we get up towards 60.40, which is an old target, I would look for a potential reversal back into, the center of the range or something. So we'll just have to see how that plays out. But right now, we're really not close to the levels that I'm looking for. So just going to be sitting on my hands unless we can trade the short in the NASDAQ for an opening trade, but looking for deeper pullbacks really for my first entries of the day. So with that being said, I'll share these levels with you guys in the room, and See if today was as easy as yesterday was. Never easy, just sometimes it does exactly what you plan it to. Talk to you guys in the Discord.